Welcome to the second lecture for Sociology 232, Methods of Social Research. Today I am going to start off with some housekeeping instructions. Usually at the beginning of each class I remind you of certain things that are due or coming up and ask you to follow certain kinds of norms for this class. So it's usually just housekeeping items about the general progress of the course. So today I just want to answer a few questions. I got some emails from you, so thank you very much. I always enjoy getting emails from students. And one of the questions that people asked was if they need to register for the labs. You do not need to register for the labs for this class. They take place during class time. So there are 3 labs scheduled on consecutive Fridays in February, and those are computer labs so that we can learn to do some basic statistical analysis using the software package for the social sciences, or SPSS. So those labs will take place in February and you don't need to do anything to register for them. SPSS is a software program that's available on the Arts Labs computers for students, so you don't need to purchase this software. But you need to use a computer that has SPSS on it in order to complete the lab, and if you choose to, the assignment that's based on statistical analysis. There's been a slight change in the course schedule, nothing that will affect you too much. One of our guest speakers, the date for her presentation has been moved forward, but I've made that change on Blackboard. That means that Angie Gerard, who's a librarian at the Murray Library, is going to come on Wednesday, the 21st of January, to talk about effective library searches, particularly for peer-reviewed journal articles in your discipline. She's going to come to class that day, and I think that class will likely be in a computer lab so that you can get some hands-on experience doing library searches. This is going to be important if you're doing either assignment 1 or assignment number 2. Please review the syllabus. There are 6 assignments in the syllabus, but you are only required to do 3 of them, so you need to make some choices. One of the choices that you need to make, and you need to let me know fairly soon, is assignment 6 is a research project. It's an actual opportunity to be involved in collecting real data in a real research project. And so that assignment number 6 is part of a project that is being sponsored by CREA, the Canadian Research Institute for the Advancement of Women. If you choose to do that assignment and be involved in that project, I need to know that you're going to take part in that in the next couple of weeks, because there are trainings involved, and the people who are organizing it need to have an idea of how many students are going to be taking part in helping with that research. The project enables you to learn about facilitating focus group discussions and collating the data that comes from those discussions, and then you will be invited to help to analyze it. You can analyze some of that data for this course as part of the qualitative assignment at the end of the term. So I would encourage you to take a look at the assignments, the detailed descriptions on Blackboard, and start to think about which ones you're interested in doing. You only need to do 3 of the 6, but assignment number 6 requires that you register early for that. And so you need to let me know. You can either send me an email or you can speak to me after class in the next couple of weeks. There is a syllabus quiz that is available to you on Blackboard. This requires you to review the syllabus and answer 10 pretty straightforward questions about the syllabus. It's an easy mark, and it goes towards your online marks for online communication. So I would encourage you to do the syllabus quiz. It will only be available until next Wednesday. So you can complete that at any time. And there are no wrong answers. You simply need to complete the quiz. So you can't get much easier than that in terms of getting a free mark. If you haven't already done so, I would suggest that you think about completing the Blackboard discussion assignments that I give to you. I gave you one last day. I asked you to do some posts or to write a little bit on a post about what your fears and what your hopes are for this course. And some of you did that, and thank you very much. I'm going to address that in a little while. But those are an essential part of the course. And so the Blackboard discussions help me to see where you're at and to tailor my teaching to what your concerns are. I'm very interested in teaching in ways that help you to learn the best. And so the Blackboard discussion forum gives me an idea of where you're at, what you're thinking about. And this discussion is particularly important because I want to know what helps you to learn and what things you're worried about in terms of your own learning, and hopefully I can mitigate some of those fears and help you to have an effective learning experience in this course. So the next video segments are going to be as follows. There's going to be a very short segment addressing the hopes and fears that were communicated to me on the Blackboard discussion forum. And when I assign something to be posted to the Blackboard discussion forum, you usually have until midnight that night. And so part of your online communication, Mark, depends on you posting in a timely manner. And so if they're not posted by midnight the day that they're assigned, you will not get marks for them. And so those, again, are pretty easy marks. You need to just communicate either individually or on behalf of your classmates. So I encourage you to do that, and it's also a good way to learn about each other. So there's going to be a little bit of a short video talking about the hopes and fears that were raised for this class. And then the lecture portion of today will be in 3 segments. So the first segment addresses some of the social science paradigms that are referred to in the course textbook. Then the next segment looks at some alternatives in terms of categorizing social science paradigms. And then the last lecture segment addresses the idea or the notions of epistemology and ontology. Today, we really look at some of the foundational orientations that social science researchers can take. I call them foundational, but we can also think of them as overarching. These are kind of the meta ideas or the meta conceptual frameworks that social science researchers use to orient their process of knowledge creation.